Iron Skillet back with another side dish. So I saw a post with a lot of comments earlier today, and I dropped in the group chat. I was like, yo, we definitely got to make this like a side dish topic for the podcast. And I saw Brandon posted about charging for features or not charging for features, and started a little bit of a controversy there, didn't you?
Well, I've been seeing people say, "Oh, I got." Even Logue did it yesterday. I got seen because you seen somebody else do it, and then everybody's just been doing it.
Doing what? I haven't seen. I saw him post
how much it would cost for you to do a feature for somebody.
All right.
And to start it off, I'm just gonna say to each their own. There's no right or wrong here, so any artist, of course, you can charge for a feature all you want. It don't matter. I'm not saying anybody's wrong.
Explain what a feature
so
is.
Really,
explain what a feature is for people who don't know. Because
a feature would be, me getting on a song with somebody, or doing a hook for somebody, or dropping a verse on their song. So in turn, they would pay me or not pay me to do that. Put the time in.
Put your art.
Write, record, send it, mix, whatever, have you.
So funny because I'm going through the comments and you stirred up some energy. Definitely. And you got some little heat in here.
So originally in the post I said I'm charging $0 for a feature because I'm not doing a feature for any of y'all. And of course that's just like the headline of it, but when you dive into how I feel about it, not that I don't feel like I'm worth it, because I know I am. I just don't want to put the time and effort into something that I'm not passionate about. I'm not saying it's bad, or of course I'm not going to do something with somebody that's not that hot of a track or whatever. But if I feel that my standards and morals as Bullwhip, if it doesn't align with said individual or their song, I'm not going to put my brand and myself on it, because that's not what Bull would do.
I feel it.
So I hold myself to a standard. And of course, we're also doing 100 other things, so I really ain't got the time to do features. That's another big thing.
That's what I was saying.
And time is money. So that's why I'm not saying anybody's wrong for saying they want to get paid or they don't want to get paid. To each their own.
I feel like there was actually some good conversation in here. Like, some people were talking about how I do think, not saying for you, you're like, it's not worth the time for me to be worried about that. I have other things that can help me. But I think people that are 100% focused on just their music, you probably need to be trying to do as much of that as possible, because that's gonna, if the songs are in alignment with your brand, and if the artist is at the same level, you should be doing as much of that, I think, as possible, because that's how your music is gonna spread to other fan bases.
Oh, of course.
And I think that, but that's the problem, is with a smaller area, you're the pool of people that you have to pick from might not be as big, so you might not have that many people that you could see. I don't see anybody out here that I would be able to do that with. So I definitely understand where you're coming from, but
I'm not saying I'm not going to do a feature with anybody. Just how I feel right now, I'm not doing features for anybody. One, because I got, too busy. There's too much I want to get done that I ain't got time to throw a feature in on it.
No, I feel it.
And so at the moment, I'm not putting a price tag by it, because ain't nobody going to buy me into doing something that I don't want to do.
I feel it.
But, and it's okay to have a price tag by it,
Yeah.
Look, what's your price?
My price, $100 at least.
Boom. He needs a hundo.
There you go.
That's
December,
cool.
So you guys have until December if you want to book me.
But the thing
and then prices is going up.
Price going
up,
with that $100, people don't realize, with that $100 for a feature. Now,
is a blessing.
Now, yeah, but what else comes along with it other than just than just your verse? Are you somebody that's just gonna drop the verse and dip, or are you gonna drop the verse and put time into it because you want it to do well if your name's on it? How do you feel about that?
Anything that I do is 100%. It's go big or go home. Even if a client, I disagree with Brandon, because even if a client were paying me and that's what they're paying me for, it would not be aesthetic for me not to give 100%. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
like,
Of course. If you're going to take the money, you better, give it your all.
Yeah, take the money. I understand what you're saying, but at this point, at this level in my career, I kind of like, I see myself doing that when I'm like P. Diddy. I'm like, I don't got to get on a song with you, you know what I'm saying? But right now, and it's not like I think that I'm better than anybody. But another thing, too, is when you're paying for packages or features like me, it's a package, though. You know what I'm saying? You're associated with my brand, which is associated with the Iron Skillet, which is associated with Tclemtv. You know what I'm saying? You get marketing, which is like the biggest. People just want to do songs with me sometimes for the marketing. Like, I feel like eyeballs. And networking is key, man. If somebody's paying you, if somebody hits you up and inquires to you, hey, I want a feature from you, you have complete power to name any price that you want. You have complete power to say yes or no. I'm going to do it, but here's the stipulation. Like, I just think we have to respect ourselves and hold ourselves to a higher standard as artists and put our foot down when we believe, you know what I'm saying? Because it is a certain sense of insecurity. Like, because I think more people should do that, like we talked about on the podcast previously. More people should be charging for their features, man. There would be less networking, but honestly, I don't think that would be such a bad thing.
I think, this is my opinion on it from the outside looking in, like, I feel like when you're getting, any of us sitting at this table, you're not just getting a verse, you're going to get ideas on visuals, even if you don't have, the thing is, if it's me, even if you don't have Trav to shoot the video, I could shoot a video for us and edit it. I can market it and make it branded so that it looks good and is presented well when you do roll it out. I know how to actually also do Facebook posts to certain like audiences so that it gets put in front of the right people. And I'm going to give all of that knowledge to you if my name is attached to that song, because I want it to do as well as all of my other content. You know what I mean? Yes. So like if I'm coming at you with a price of something, it's not going to be because I think that I'm so much better than you and you should be paying me this money or else blah blah blah. It's because like I'm gonna give you 100% of my time and energy, and I have, like Brandon said, a lot of other stuff. I have my own projects and I have my own things that aren't finished yet. So if I'm gonna step away from that and try to help you, then I gotta be able to have, you know, some money to be able to do that if I'm gonna go all out on it. And like if people don't understand that, and that's completely fine, that's just not for them. You know what I mean? And you'll find the people that are for you. But I do think, like what Logan said, is that I think it's like a trend. If people started charging for features and it was something like $100 isn't that much. If it was something that was like super reasonable, as soon as one or two people started booking it, it would start to become a regular thing, and then once it was a regular thing, it would be like an expectation. Yes. Because you're not gonna hit up a freaking a rapper with an actual audience, like a BC level market rapper, and expect to get a feature for free. And
this is some real Iron Skillet shit. Like, imagine if we were to set the wave, or whoever, just throughout, not us, but like every other local artist in the area were to do that. We would just keep growing. It would be in the circle, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's kind of like, in business, you know how you like float money or you'll invest money and it just has this cycle? This is kind of how I'm perceiving it. That like, if we were to all
keep the money in the community, so to speak.
Keep the money in the community. I'm going to pay you for $100. You turn around and give me the $100, and then next year we're charging $200, and then all of us build ourselves up, you know what I'm saying? By the time any of us get out, we're charging $1,000 for a feature. Like, those are good numbers. That's good statistics, and it is a possibility. Like Shatora was saying, it's going to become a standard here sooner than later.
I like all these ideas. I want to know what the real question is how much does Trav charge for a feature?
I'm retired.
Okay, I know a guy.
Oh, I've heard that before.
What I was gonna say is I feel like some people say they're charging for features because they don't want to do features. You know?
Yeah.
Like, it's not even about like the money. It's about like they don't want people hitting them up for features.
But don't you have that strategy sometimes with videos? If you don't want to do it, you'll charge an astronomical price.
Yeah, and if they pay it, they pay it, and you do it. And then if they don't, you're, you know,
it's still the same.
It's still the same. You didn't want to do it in the first place. also, I don't know, I feel like going back to Logan, what you were saying about like doing features with everybody for like that price or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
It could either go two ways. It could go the way you said, or it could go the way as like, damn, Logan did all these features with all these people. Who wants a feature from Logan anymore? He did all these features, you know?
Damn, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oversaturate yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, I think I would definitely have a line. I don't think with everything that I've got going on, just like you guys. Yeah.
And then
I don't see myself doing more than like 3 or 4.
We see all these people that get features from C-list artists or D-list artists, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And they pay this big money, but what do they get from them? They get a verse, and that's it. They don't get any promotion from them. They don't get any reposts. They don't get shit.
Yeah.
I feel like if you're actually going out there and trying to get features and pay for features, you need a disclosure of what you're going to get with that paid feature, because you're wasting your money.
Yeah.
Because just because you got some big name on your song, still the same audience is seeing this song that you put out 2 weeks ago just by yourself, you know?
Yeah, for
you're
sure.
not getting any more
exactly
exposure,
right.
and you're spending a shit ton of money
Yeah.
on nothing.
Well, you also got to take that opportunity and run with it. You can't just do the same formula if you're putting up big money.
Yeah.
And then still doing the same release pattern. You know, of course, you're not going to get different results. You might get a little bit, but
Gotta spice it up a little bit.
And then also I feel like paid features, like you're not getting an authentic track. You know, they're doing it for the money. They're not doing it to
Mm-hmm.
It's not like you're in a studio session and you're vibing, you know?
Yeah, that's true. It's definitely going to be it's not to say that you're not going to give your all and it's not going to be good.
Yeah.
But the energy is going to be different than if me and you sat down in here and made a song together from scratch, as opposed to someone just sent you a track that the vision for it, the idea behind it was already created, and you're just going to hop on it. You know, that happens, though.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That happens all the time, so it's not like it's wrong.
In certain cases, I feel like that would be easier.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
I think you got to pick and choose your battles. You know, if you want to do the feature with somebody, do it. If you want to charge them, do it. If you don't want to, you know, whatever.
For sure. I think my advice for people that are like, if someone hits you, if you ask for a feature and they hit you with a price, if you really believe in like collabing with that person, I wouldn't automatically be turned off. I would just start a conversation and be like, okay, well, like, what would that look like? Because it may be like, oh, I can get us a video shot. I can do A, B, and C, which for the certain amount of money may be a discount. Like, you might be getting a lot more than what you think you are. So don't get offended. Yeah, don't get offended off the rip. I would just open up that conversation, and if it's not for you, don't be upset or mad about it. Just be like, you know what, maybe not this time. Maybe we'll link up in the future, because don't burn bridges. That's my other advice.
Bridges. That's a great.
I think everybody needs to weigh their options more before they make decisions.
Yeah.
You know, because you could put out there, I need $100 for a feature, and somebody that has a totally different demographic of fans sees that and they're like, oh, I don't have $100. I was going to hit them up, but I don't have $100 to do that feature. When, like, if you didn't have that, they'd hit you up and you'd be like, fuck, this person has all these fans that I could get if I just did a feature with them, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Definitely. Yeah. Pro bono tracks, like, speaking in real life terms, like the stuff that I'm doing with Rob Vinci is completely pro bono, undisclosed information, but I went really hard on that, you know what I'm saying? And it's definitely a different demographic. I knew what was going to happen. And Rob really kind of like hook, line, and sinkered with me when he brought me the concept of the overall project. That's really where it went. Like it was something genuinely that I could relate to. So I got up and was really adamant about it, felt passionate about it, and he knew me. He knew how to target me. He knew what he was doing. He like waved it in front of my face like, you know, you want to rap about this.
And it came out great.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
well, not even just Debo style. Rob and I have like songs that could probably come out from now until July.
There you go.
Mm-hmm.
But
fax machines.
There we go.
FAX
Big
machines.
emails.
Big emails.
Big emails.
Peace.